here to tell you the story about Vasco da Gama. Vasco da Gama is a Portuguese explorer born in 1469 or 1460 in the city of Sines. Sines is a city on the west of Portugal, about 100 miles south of Lisbon. And if you didn't know, that's the capital of Portugal. Much of Portugal is coastline with the Atlantic Ocean, so it's not surprising it was home to famous sea explorers. Da Gama was known for uniting Europe and India by sea. It hadn't been done before. He travelled and discovered new territories and brought back from his travels new goods and knowledge. He also spread his religious views and expanded Christianity. He was the son of Estavio da Gama, who was also a navigator, so was involved in ships and the sea from an early age. If you travel from South Portugal, you reach Africa. By 18 years old, Da Gama was a crew member on ships patrolling ports. Owned by Portugal in Africa. Places like Guinea-Bissau, Angola, Mozambique. For many years, lots of travellers tried to direct a sea route from Portugal to India to avoid having to deal with traders from the Mediterranean and Egypt, who were known to impose high taxes for the exchange of their goods. In July 8, 1497, the King of Portugal ordered Vasco da Gama to discover the sea route from Portugal to India. After 10 months, he made it. Da Gama fought and claimed the lands in southeast India. Now Portugal had a sea route to India. They could start to trade and bring back items from India to Europe. He brought back jewellery, spices and fabric and helped to make Portugal wealthy. Lisbon became a great trading centre in Europe. When Da Gama returned from his voyage to India, he spent more than 2 years at sea. Only 54 of his crew out of 170 men returned. Most died of scurvy. Da Gama was made a count by the king. He was the first person who was not a blood royal family member, but he was put in charge of explorations to the west. He was seen as a hero in Portugal. His personality. Vasco da Gama was famous for being violent, rude and relentless, never giving up. He was known in India for being brutal, arrogant and proud. This caused problems when he arrived in new places. He wasn't good at building up relationships with the locals, Muslims and Hindus. And some Some historians say he and his crew were disrespectful to other shrines. His family. He got married and had 6 sons. His death. On his 3rd trip to India, he contracted from malaria from a mosquito bite. He died on Christmas Eve, 24th of December, 1524. He was 55 years old.